Motilal Oswal then joins us, of Motilal Oswal Financial Services, to give us a better perspective of how things are shaping up and how bad things really are on the ground. Mr. Oswal, thanks very much for taking out the time. That's really my first question to you. The announcement of Alchemy shutting down its institutional brokerage business, do you think this is perhaps leading to a situation where on the institutional side, because of volumes drying up, things are looking extremely bleak? And in that light, what would a domestic brokerage such as yourself do to kind of de-risk themselves at this point?
I think it's not only institutional business, but overall broking volumes in the market have really shrunk. And if the business is not growing, and when you see in last couple of years there are a lot of new entrants have come, I think there is natural kind of case for some people to really just voluntarily close down. I would say that in last couple of years, I think the kind of market activity we have seen is very low, especially on the cash side. I think you must be knowing that cash markets really are the cash cows for the brokerages like us and everybody. And those volumes, actually I was looking at the numbers at about 14,000 crores for this quarter so far, has been the lowest in last 5 years if you look at the yearly averages. So we're not seeing these kind of volumes for long in the market, and that's predominantly because of you've seen the market conditions are very tough, especially with raising of interest rates. So I'm not, yes, there is a concern on the overall business, but if you look at the history of our businesses, always we've seen that there will be out of 5 years, 1 year will be very bad, 2 years will be very good, and 1 to 2 years will be averages. So I'm not at all disturbed by the market conditions, and we have seen that our business is cyclical. And let me also assure you that we as a firm have not kind of taken any action on institutional brokerage side, and we are still making money even in this market. So I don't see any kind of concern for people like us who are fairly, I would say, having the same kind of market share. Maybe I think there is room for consolidation because, as I said earlier, there are a lot of new entrants have come, and the business has not expanded. So when the business is not expanding, there is no room for expansion of the number of participants. So definitely it's a natural process for the consolidation which is happening.
Right, fair enough. I mean, consolidation seems to be the way forward for the sector because of the kind of expansion that we saw during the boom times. The fact remains that there has been a fair amount of cost escalation also that happened at that time. So a lot of cost cutting and cost adjustment exercises are also underway. Do you think those will help in sustaining the business through the tough times, at least for now, and perhaps even be able to keep profits under check?
Yes, I think there are two ways to grow the business. One is to grow the top line or reduce your cost. So in I think good time, you keep on really, I think, looking at the revenue growth, and when the time is tough, you definitely you don't have any control on the market conditions. So you keep on looking at the option to optimize your costs. And every player, I think, would be, I'm sure, including us, are into the phase where we are looking at each and every cost very kind of carefully and try to see wherever fat is there, we are trying to really reduce that fat.